elect Leah Patterson Lust, probate judge.
The probate judge has hearings to determine guardianship and conservatorship, adoptions, psychiatric commitments, and to settle all estates. 480 adoption hearings. I have held almost 2,500 hearings for probate cases.
Visit Glover's Plants and Produce as they celebrate autumn. Come see an autumn colorscape of beauty. Our prices are so low it's scary. When you shop at Glover's, you'll see many of your friends saving money too. Eat healthy with fresh fruits and vegetables for your family, while you pay less and get more. Shop Glover's autumn selection of beautiful mums and other fall flowers. At Glover's Plants and Produce, hurry in now.
There's something for the West Point Warriors about playing the Fairview Aggies to end the regular season. With Fairview playoff bound once again, the Warriors cooled off the Aggies' momentum going into the 4A postseason with a 31-26 victory Friday at Dafford Smith Stadium. West Point played opportunistic defense that forced 4 Fairview turnovers, 3 coming in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. The Warriors turned a Fairview fumble early into a 90-yard drive and took a 7-0 lead on a short run by Kristen Chappell. Bryant Farley got loose on a touchdown run in the second quarter to extend the West Point lead of 14-0. Fairview was back in business on a 90-yard kickoff return from Justin Bryant. The Warriors then kicked the field goal before the Aggies scored on a Luke Bailey 10-yard run and trailed to the half 17-14. A 65-yard drive to start the third quarter proved to be huge in the momentum for the Warriors. They moved the lead to 24-14 on freshman Kobe Smith's 2-yard run. Fairview closed at 24-20 before time out in the third when Bailey found Bryant Powers open for a 19-yard touchdown. West Point's final TD was set up by a fumble recovery to Fairview 41. Tate Duckett scored from the 2, and the Warriors led 31-20 with 9:41 to play. Aggies answered on a scoring drive that ended with Bailey taking it in from the 7. The 2-point conversion failed, and Fairview was down 31-26 with 9 minutes to go in the game. Fairview turned the ball over on an interception and the fumble the final 2 times the offense gained possession. West Point ran out the clock and knocked out playoff-bound Fairview for the second consecutive year. The final score from Dafford Smith Stadium, the West Point Warriors 31, the Fairview Aggies 26. A successful weekend to end the 2012 regular season for Cullman County teams. It began on Thursday night when the Hansel Bulldogs shut out West Morgan 40-0 to extend their current winning streak to 7 games. The West Point Warriors trimmed the Fairview Aggies in the Cullman County Showdown 31-26. The Cullman Bearcats are second in Class 5A Region 8 after a 28-6 win at Center Point. The Vineman Eagles came from behind and concluded the regular season at 8-2 after a 33-24 win at Randolph and Huntsville. Holly Pond Broncos got their second win of the season for Coach Nate Ayers as they outgunned Appalachian in the fourth quarter, pulling away from the Eagles, winning 33-14. Hats off to the good old Raiders, snapping a 7-game losing streak. The Raiders were 21-12 winners in Walnut Grove against West End. And the Coach Spring Eagles get their 3rd win of the season, an improvement after not winning for 3.5 years. The final for Walker County, the Eagles 40, the Carbon Hill Bulldogs 22.
It was the craziest thing. Just driving along, and this squirrel came out of nowhere.
Wow. The good news is, Alpha has the largest customer service team in Alabama. So you'll be dealing with people here, not all over the country.
Awesome. Really not a scratch on it.
You are lucky.
For a plan built just for you, contact Talisa Scheichel in Holly Pond.
Funeral services for Larry Edward Parr age 63 of Blunsville, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. The Reverend Larry Dale Smith officiates burial in Rock Springs Cemetery. Holly Pond Funeral Home directing. Mr. Parr passed away Sunday at Huntsville Hospital. Visitation will be 6 to 8:30 p.m. tonight. Funeral services for Lila Mae McMinn, age 87 of Cullman, will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. The Reverend Ray Bridgman officiating. Interment in McMinn Family Cemetery. Ms. McMinn passed away Sunday. Visitation will be 5:30 to 8 p.m. tonight at the funeral home. Funeral services for Brian Steele, age 20, are incomplete and will be announced later by Moss Service. Mr. Steele died Sunday. Funeral services for Mary Agnes Stansel, age 93 of Cullman, will be at noon tomorrow at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. Jim Abbott and Gary Waddell officiating. Interment in Bethsaida Baptist Cemetery. Moss Service is directing. Visitation will be from 6 until 9 p.m. tonight at the funeral home. And those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Welcome to Today on 2. It is Tuesday, the 6th day of November. This is Election Day. Daniel and I got rid of all the women.
We did. We kicked them out.
That's right.
We did. They didn't bring us breakfast is what it was. They didn't do their job. So we got rid of them.
You're going to get in trouble over that. Well, let's start with the weather forecast for today. Our weather brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. Make the switch to Mitch. The weather almanac for today, the 6th of November. The average high temperature is now 69. The average low is 39. The record high, 83 back in 1938. The record low, 18 degrees, 1982. Sunset this afternoon at 4:49 and sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:13. There's the satellite picture, and you can see that a lot of the rain that moved through our area last night has now moved into Georgia. And looks like a little snowfall up there in those toss-up states, Minnesota and Wisconsin. I'll bet they'll still get out and go vote today, standing in the snow. There's the other satellite picture. Here's our forecast for today. We do still have a slight chance of rain this morning, although I think probably everything's moved out of the area by now. A high today of 55. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of rain, low of 41. Sunny and windy tomorrow with a high of 55, 57 on Thursday, all the way up to 67, normal temperatures. On the weekend as we get near 70, Saturday, Sunday, Veterans Day, and first of the week on Monday. So there's the weather for the next several days. Well, Daniel, Jacqueline and Paige are very passionate about this election.
They are. They've made it very
Are you passionate about it?
I am passionate in the fact that I'm going to go respectfully go make my vote.
Mm-hmm. This your first time to vote?
No, it's not my first time to vote.
Okay.
But it's my second.
Okay. All right. So,
it's my second.
And you have to, where do you go vote? You don't vote here in Cullman?
No, I do not vote here in Cullman, actually. I'm actually registered to vote in Walker County.
Okay.
So I'll have to go back to Walker County to vote. So I won't be a participant in the Cullman, any kind of election here. So I'm not biased.
Right. Well, then Daniel will be returning this evening, and we'll be broadcasting election returns right here on Channel 2. So Daniel will be directing the program tonight. You got to see the start of decorating for Christmas.
I did.
Christmas in Cullman yesterday.
I work at Books A Million in Cullman, and the Cullman Shopping Center, and we're sitting there, kind of working about our day. Of course, I've got the Christmas music playing and everything, and the barista that works in the cafe comes over and she comes over and says, "Did you see that tree that just pulled in?" And I said, "The tree?" Very confused in the fact that a tree cannot just drive to come to Books A Million.
Yes.
And so I said, "No, I didn't." And I look out, and there is this massive, I don't even know how tall it was, massive tree. And they had to take a crane to pull it up. It was so large.
Yeah.
And I had never watched them put the tree up. I had possibly driven by the shopping center one time, but I had never actually, seen the tree put up or seen the tree live anyway.
Right.
And so to see it actually in action was pretty huge.
Now, did they start decorating right away?
If they did, I wasn't there for that one. I was only there for them
They'll
to
have it
actually pull it
decorated
up.
by the weekend.
They better, because we got something big coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
And traditionally, well, here we go, talking about Christmas in Cullman.
Speaking of the tree, Christmas in Cullman will be this Saturday and Sunday, and that is November the 10th. It's going to be all over Cullman. It's not just going to be in one location like it has in the past. It's going to be tons of stuff to do, starting with the parade, where it's going to have the Grand Marshal of the Wells Fargo Stagecoach and horses. There's also going to be a free outdoor ice skating rink in downtown Cullman across from Berkeley Bob's. How often do you got to go out and actually participate in an ice skating rink without having to go somewhere indoors? There's also going to be weekend fun all over downtown Cullman. Snow mazes, cow trains from the 3D farm, Moe's barbecue, and a car show. So events for just about everybody, everywhere.
Yeah, the downtown area, a lot of the entertainment, but also the Cullman Shopping Center, Town Square Shopping Center. A lot of activities everywhere, all over Cullman on Saturday and Sunday.
We're almost all out today.
You will probably see, if they continue the tradition at the Cullman Shopping Center, they bring in live reindeer.
Really?
They have an exhibit of live reindeer at the Cullman Shopping Center every year. So look forward to that.
They've already prepped us for Saturday. They've told us to get ready for the crowd because, of course, with the tree lighting is going to be in both places. One of the trees are there, and they've told us to say, get ready for a monsoon of people to come into the store. They said, just be ready for it.
Yeah, big shopping time in Cullman, Saturday and Sunday, Christmas in Cullman. Well, let's see. Let's check our Facebook friend of the day. Who's our friend for today?
Our Facebook friend of the day is Brittany Aldridge Cooper, and she likes Black Friday shopping. I'm not a big fan, but she also likes cutie patooties. So if she wants to get out that Friday and save that extra $100, more power to her, but I don't want to fight the crowd.
I would guess she's probably going to get out and shop this weekend, too. If she likes Black Friday, she'll enjoy this weekend, too. Okay, who's coming to see us today?
All right, coming to see us today is Miss Jackie Moore from the Christmas in Cullman. She's going to come around, kind of tell us about the events that are happening around Cullman, and also Ann Mullins will be around to talk about the newest scams around. So it'll be an interesting show.
Yeah, that's what we have lined up for today. George Spear is here with news and commentary right after this.
The most common type of adoption hearing that I have here in Cullman County is a step-parent adoption. It's a very happy day when I get to sign the papers and make official, make legal what occurred in the heart of that step-parent the day he or she became the loving parent. Those important decisions happen each and every day for me as probate judge.
The Cullman County Republican Party urges you to vote Republican from the White House to the courthouse November 6th. The Republican candidates include Mitt Romney for president, Roy Moore for Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court, Twinkle Cavanaugh for president of the Alabama Public Service Commission, Lisa McSwain for Cullman County Circuit Clerk, and Tammy Brown for Cullman County Probate Judge. Remember, vote Republican November 6th. This ad paid for by the Cullman County Republican Party.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Time for news and commentary. You join us if you'd like to this morning. We're talking about a number of issues, always important issues on Election Day here in the good old USA. Kind of an interesting situation down in Colony. Apparently the governor has been given the green light by the Attorney General. The governor can appoint council members who in turn can appoint a mayor and make a decision as to who they want for mayor down there. Senator Paul Bussman weighing in on it, saying basically it's a shame people couldn't resolve this before the governor had to get involved, but nonetheless that issue hopefully will be resolved shortly now that the Attorney General made an opinion ruling on such. There is a Hispanic man by the name of, let's see, what's his name here? Francisco Aviles Ortiz, a 20-year-old who's recovering from an attack. Went to a party Saturday night, I guess down in Hanceville, and got stabbed a number of times by 3 individuals. 3 people. He was beaten, stabbed, pistol whipped at a party in Hanceville. A student, let's see, we're talking about a third suspect is a student athlete at Hanceville High School who faces a single account of first-degree assault. So things got out of hand, I guess, by last Saturday night. Johnson's Crossing got a new fire station. It's open now, so good for them, up and running, and I'm sure they're really happy about that. The probate judge, Leah Patterson-Lust, is telling us this morning that the absentee voter turnout is exceptionally high. A lot of people are doing that, and I guess we're talking about locally. We're just basically concerned about the probate judge's race between Lust and Tammy Brown and the fate of Amendment 1 dealing with the Cullman County school system and Section 16 property. If you recall, we talked with Jeremy Oden a couple of weeks ago, Representative Jeremy Oden, and he's in favor of all these amendments, he says. Also, Alabama Congressional District 4, U.S. Representative Robert Adderholt's got a challenger, Democratic challenger, Daniel Bowman. And so you'll see that name on the ballot also when you go to vote today. Whatever you do, go out again from 7 to 7. They'll be open from 7 to 7. Well, I don't know about you, and I'm just curious as to why the Cullman Times didn't cover the story when it happened back in October. But Dalton McCluskey, maintenance man, working in the courthouse, getting ready for the rededication that's going to happen soon, and he takes the plaque down that was put up in 1965 when they first built the courthouse and dedicated. Everyone was wondering where they put the time capsule. Isn't it amazing? See, to me, 1965 wasn't that long ago, but no one knew where it was. I guess a number of the people involved who were politicians at that time are long since gone. But they found the time capsule behind the dedication plaque from 1965. And what did they find? A lot of people were speculating, for example, on the old hospital where the time capsule was placed there, right? Because to my knowledge, they've not found it yet. And I think it's like inside the cornerstone. But in the courthouse in 1965, they decided to put up a dedication plaque. And in preparation for the new rededication, with all the brickwork done on the courthouse, I guess Dalton came across this time capsule and concluded Indian head pennies. Now that's nothing that really rare right now. Several other coins that the commissioners, I guess, decided to put inside the time capsule. Also had several newspapers. And I'm not sure what was in the newspaper. A name placard, a moose pen. A moose pen. It must have been a big influence, I guess, on Cullman. They must have thought during the 60s and 50s. A knife and a political button from the 1960s. All these items are not on display yet because they've got them locked up in a safe. After they make the dedication of the new courthouse, they say they'll have them out in an area so that people can see them. What would be curious in my opinion would be what kind of stories in 1965 did they consider appropriate or, momentous enough for them to be included as newspapers inside this time capsule. Not sure. I guess we'll find out soon enough. WHNT telling voters that get out and vote, and if you're unsure, if you didn't vote in the primary or the runoff or in the September 18th referendum, you can find out if your name is on the list to vote at whatever polling place. It will tell you. All you do is go to alabamavotes.gov. alabamavotes.gov if you have someone who's not sure that if their names are on the rolls and if they can vote or not. It's well documented, according to one of the advisors to WHNT, Channel 19 in Huntsville. One of their advisors says that Alabama's a deep red state. He's cautioning people against voting straight Republican. He says you got to give the individual the benefit of a doubt. And that issue is in doubt right now as to how much people feel good or bad about, the administration in Washington. And it's not just Democrat, because we got some Republicans too that cause questions. But I truly do think that we're going to see a big turnout that does just vote straight Republican, instead of trying to figure out who looks a lot like a Republican but wears a Democrat pin, or something like that. Yeah, I just tend to think that that's going to be another one of those elections where they go that route. Gasoline as low as $3.10 in Birmingham, and still, $3.24, $3.29 maybe here, the lowest I've seen so far in Cullman. Headed down a total of 50 cents from a couple of months ago, so we may see it break the $3 mark and go into the $2 something figures, hopefully. 4 state senators in Alabama working on plans to repay this $437 million back to the state savings account. Senator Paul Bussman, one of those. They're trying to avoid duplicate bills in everyone's attempt to try to pay this money back. Will it be paid back? Oh my gosh, let's hope so. In Shelby County, heads up, if you're headed south today, there's work on Interstate 65 near Hoover, so you may be down to a single lane, and it may be a long lane line trying to get through there. News outlets claiming, and this is an interesting story because it's written by a print journalist, in other words, newspapers, right, or online newspaper type websites. Print journalists are saying, well, look at all the television reporting, and look how they've made mistakes in the elections past. They're talking about and on issues, trying to decide who's going to win this thing. And that's gotten the news media, the TV industry, broadcasters and newscasters in trouble in the past when they would try to project ahead who's going to win, but they show, for example, this tendency by the TV news media to falsely report, for example, that the Supreme Court had struck down part of Obama's health care law, and they're going to be very careful. I didn't realize this was an issue. They're going to be very careful, the news people are, about trying to tune in to what's on the internet and these Twitter postings by all the professionals and people who supposedly have a good track record of producing, results before the elections are all counted. They're going to try to filter all that. But they're still going to try to get the story first now, aren't they? You know that's going to happen. Newspaper, you can't do that. You get, in smaller numbers, even so, whenever you don't even have a daily newspaper coming out of Birmingham, right? So they have to make sure before they can print it. But they're quick to jump on the television news people. A Russian nuclear-powered attack submarine cruising within 200 miles of the East Coast. They're trying to counter what America has in terms of technology, and according to reports, they're still pushing the envelope. Do we have a president, I should say, do we have a president that cares? I think sometimes he's too busy apologizing, in my view, If Americans under the age of 18 were required as a group to pay off the entirety of the federal government's debt, I should say, in equal shares, everyone under 18 will have to pay back $218,000. That's how bad this red ink's gotten. $218,000. $1,000 a person. When will that change? When will they do this? You know, if Romney wins, he won't be popular because he's going to have to take measures that some people think's overboard. Some people will claim, no, we can't. You can't hurt grandma. You can't hurt grandpa. You know, you can't take away these services. These people need food stamps. It's going to be a tough situation for a Romney-Ryan administration. And Obama, did we look forward to the same thing with him? Probably more money being given away, more red tape, a larger debt, in my view. Bill Clinton weighing in on the new military. Bill Clinton, the draft dodger, never spent a second in uniform, right? Bill Clinton says, look at how much stronger the American military is because it is less racist, less sexist, and less homophobic. And we're just looking for people who can do the job, he says. We are. Now, not having spent a minute in uniform, it's easy for him to say that. And I will tell you, I still have friends in the military, and the cuts, it's worse than right before World War II. And anybody who doesn't understand that doesn't have a clue. And what did we have to do when we went into World War II? My dad was a World War II veteran. He told me in the National Guard unit in Albertville, they had to go out with broomsticks pretending they were rifles. And that's where we are. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like to me that anyone understands that. And the Benghazi situation seems like that keeps rolling on and on. I noticed last night Fox News covering the stories. CBS 60 Minutes did an interview with Barack Obama, and Fox is saying, how come that CBS didn't air these comments by Barack sooner? Didn't understand all of it. I do know that it'll all be a moot point come about 10 o'clock tonight, maybe. Or are we going to have another Florida situation, people contesting the results because they're so close? It may not be over with tomorrow, so we'll just have to wait and see. Stay tuned, more of Today on 2 after this.
There's something about the moment when you first walk into that new home. It took a lot to get there, but Eva Bank made it easy to get the loan you needed. Eva Bank, as a part of the community, makes lending decisions right here where you live. Our lenders make the process quick and easy with rates you'll love. Visit your neighbors at Eva Bank today and let them help you with your new home loan, manufactured home, refinance, or remodel. Eva Bank, part of the community we call home.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Premier Bank is asking for your vote. We want to be your bank. Our platform is simple, service that no other bank can offer. We're locally owned and operated, and that means we make decisions right here. So vote today for Mom, Apple Pie, and Premier Bank. I'm Jay Mullins, and I approve this message.
I designated myself and one cell phone number. The cell phone number that I have is the one contact number that is available for the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department, Cullman Regional Medical Center, and any individual that is in need of contact with the probate office for psychiatric commitments after hours on holidays and weekends.
The Cullman County Republican Party urges you to vote Republican from the White House to the courthouse November 6th. The Republican candidates include Mitt Romney for president, Roy Moore for Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court, Twinkle Cavanaugh for president of the Alabama Public Service Commission, Lisa McSwain for Cullman County Circuit Clerk, and Tammy Brown for Cullman County Probate Judge. Remember, vote Republican November 6th. This ad paid for by the Cullman County Republican Party.
And we are back with this part of the show. We are going to visit with Miss Jackie Moore from the Chamber of Commerce. She's going to talk to us a little bit about Christmas in Cullman, the events that are going to take place. Hey, Jackie, you guys, nice to have you on the show this morning.
Good morning.
Here's going to be a busy 2 days coming up, huh?
It is packed.
Packed full, and it's just not in one location, is it?
No, it isn't.
So before we went on the air, we kind of talked about where we were going to start and which direction of town we should start in. Why don't you pick a part in town and we'll just move the opposite direction?
All right, let's start downtown. Let's start at the core at the downtown district on 1st Street.
1st Street.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to start the whole day off with a parade. It's going to start at 9:30. It's going to start at the Busy Bee.
Okay.
It's going to go down 1st, turn on to Arnold, come all the way back up 2nd, and end at the Candle Garden.
Now, do you have a lot of participants already? Is this
We
like
do.
a float parade, or is it?
There is floats. I think there's a float contest. The Wells Fargo Stagecoach and horses are going to be the grand marshal of this parade.
Well, that's different.
That's good.
That is?
It is. That's going to be there. So
I didn't know they
we're
were
excited.
real things. I thought they were just simply a mascot. I didn't realize that they were actually living.
They're living. They're living.
Have you seen? Are they large or like they?
No, I have not, but it's a big deal.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Because
we're excited.
That's huge. So
Yeah.
is it too late to get registration in for that parade?
No, you can still call. We're directing everyone to call Ron Pierce.
Okay.
He is a downtown merchant with the Downtown Merchant Association, and he's kind of handling that. There's I think there's a $15 entry fee, and you just call him or contact him. You can call the chamber. We can give you information, and he's taking care of all that.
Great.
But we have at the area after the parade. One of the big things that's going on is they have a outdoor ice skating rink, which I don't think anyone in the area has tried that. So they're going to have that. That's going to be across from Berkeley Bob's. At that same area, they're going to have a Cabin Fever is sponsoring that area. They're going to have a stage for entertainment. But the ice skating rink, they're going to have 75 pairs of ice skates, and it's going to be free, which is going to be great.
Wow.
So if you've never ice skated, you'd like to try it, come on over, join us. We're going to be there. Also, all the merchants, of course, are going to have great discounts. Hot chocolate, cookies. At the Rotunda, the Brooks Place will have its annual tree auction.
Okay.
That's something that they do every year to raise money for them. And they also will have an entertainment stage down there. They're going to have things for the kids. They're going to have the Ho 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 car show that's going to be at the Depot Park. We're going to have the 25-foot sleigh with Santa in it again that blows the snow out. That's going to be set up at Weiss Cottage, after the parade. So after that parade, everybody's going to kind of get in their position. Santa Claus, we're going to have the carriage rides. Santa's going to be there taking photos. So just lots of stuff down there. And Snow Maze and Moe's Barbecue will also be there for food.
Now, you said a snow maze. What is a snow maze? Is it like a blizzard where you go out and you try and find your way home, or?
I kind of relate it to, like, you know how we have the corn maze where they have the bales of hay set up. I kind of think it's going to be something in that kind of area.
Sounds like fun, and that's just in that one location.
Just there. Okay, then we're going to move down to the Cullman Shopping Center. While that's going on downtown, we're going to have another area, the Cullman Shopping Center. And in that shopping center, the entertainment will start at 10 o'clock. We're going to have the big, where the big tree always sits in the middle of the shopping center. They're going to have the stage right in front, and we're going to start entertainment at 10 o'clock. And there's going to be entertainment on that stage all day long, except for from 2 to 4 o'clock. And that's when we're going to have the first annual Chunkin' Chicken for Charity. Can you say that? Chunkin'
Chicken for Charity.
That's right.
Chunking Chicken for Charity.
That's right.
Okay, now that I've said it, what is it?
Okay. We have invited charities, nonprofits, to set up a booth or set up a table along the inside, under the sidewalk at the shopping center. And what you do is you go around and you decide which charity you're going to throw for, okay?
Okay.
So once you make your decision, you're going to come over to where the stage is set up, and you're going to give me $5 or 3 cans of food that we're collecting. Then you're going to pick out your bird, and you're going to chunk it. chunk it.
Is there a technique to it, or just?
I don't think there's a technique.
Okay,
I've seen them throw it over their head. I've seen them throw it between their legs. I've seen them do it this way. I guess it would just depend on how strong you are. But we're going to have a men's and a ladies division, because the charity that wins the throw that's the longest, and you choose who you want to, they get $500.
Oh.
Yeah, we're donating $500
Now,
from the men's and the women's division.
Are you throwing this at a target, or
You're throwing it? No.
What are you throwing it to or at?
We're going to mark off a space on the sidewalk
Okay.
in the parking area, and just let you chunk it down like a road.
Like a yardage gauge.
Yeah. It's got
So how far you can chunk your chicken?
Chunk your chicken. That's right. Now, like I said, you get to give $500 will be donated from the men's and the women's.
So in total, $1,000 will be given to charities.
But if you're the men's winner and you chunk the furthest,
okay,
you can win a 32-inch LCD TV. That's a good beginning start for a holiday gift, right?
It is.
And the women win a beautiful Murano crystal necklace. The necklace has been donated by Ed White, and the TV by Babcock. W.S. Babcock. So you get the opportunity to throw for your favorite charity, plus you can win.
And all it costs is either $5 or 3 cans of food.
That's right.
And I'm sure somewhere in their cabinet there's 3 cans of food somewhere.
That's right.
Hidden in the back.
It's another way to help with food banks in the area that need people that need it. But the children are going to do a ham roll. They're going to take that ham and they're going to roll it kind of like a bowling. They're going to hit bowling pins.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're going to do that, and they can bring a can of food, and they get to do that. And there's going to be prizes for the kids. And during the day, we're going to have prizes for the people that are participating. Their name's going to go in a fishbowl, and we're going to have prizes throughout the day that they're going to be calling out too.
Now, is Santa going to be at?
He is.
He's going to be all over town.
He's all over the place.
Well, he is. He's everywhere.
That's
for sure.
He'll be there, and at 5:30, they're going to light the tree in the shopping center, and Santa's going to do that. Now, and then at 6:30, the annual tree lighting that happens in Depot Park, they're going to do that at 6:30.
So you have opportunity to see both tree lightings.
Come light our tree at the shopping center, then go downtown and light our tree at the Depot Park.
Then how about Town Square Shopping Center? Usually they have events there too?
Well, they'll be having, one of the other things that we're doing for the kids is the Alabama National Guard will be there. They're going to have the spider tent, which is a huge tent, that kids go into. They're going to have the Pugil pit, which is that thing that, you stand up on a platform and you battle. They have those long things with the big soft ends, and you battle.
Yeah.
And they also will have the pedal cars. They're going to have a course up there where you get in, and this is adults drive the pedal cars, and you just drive.
Right.
So that's another thing you can do. And the Brandon Iron will be there with the food. They're going to be supplying the food, and they're going to have games for kids. And you can win Brandon Bucks, which is money to use at their restaurant. Yeah, they're the sponsor of the entertainment there at that shopping center. Daystar sponsors one of the stage downtown also. We have sponsors have been so nice to us this year. We have lots of corporate sponsors. And the participants, they're excited. Everybody, you'll see signs in the people's windows that says, I'm a participant of Christmas in Cullman.
For people to say that there's not anything to do in Cullman, this weekend is not an excuse at all to get out and say there's nothing to do in Cullman, because there's 3 different shopping centers to go out and just free entertainment.
Well, really, across the street from Town Square, you got South Cullman Shopping Center.
Yeah, that we're not at that area, though. We're uptown. We're moving towards that area, and hopefully everyone will be a part next.
Yeah.
But also I wanted to mention, a lot of times dads stay home because it's the ball game day, okay? Don't use that excuse. We have game day trailers in both areas. We'll have game day trailer in downtown and at the shopping center. So, Dad, don't stay home. There's no excuse to stay home.
So let's recap about what time everything starts, or kind of where it gets started at, and it's going to be this Saturday, correct?
Right, this Saturday, November 10th, we'll get started with the parade in the downtown area. And events will happen all day. Tree lighting, 5:30 Cullman Shopping Center, 6:30 Depot Park, And then on Sunday, in the downtown area, from 1 to 5, they'll have things again.
And for anybody who needs these times again, they can go on the website, correct,
Yes.
and get those times. What's the website?
www.christmasincoleman.com.
Will most of the stores be open Saturday night?
The shopping center open, they
The
have a
shopping
little
center
later.
is, but I wondered if some of the individual
Some of your
merchants
stores downtown will. They'll stay open a little
who
bit
are
later.
not normally open
Right.
Saturday night or Sunday afternoon will be open.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Okay, Jack. Good to have you on the program
great to be
today.
here.
It's going to be fun this weekend.
It is.
Stay tuned. We'll have more right after this.
Fire, accident, storm, they all happen in Cullman County. And for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with auto owners. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Karen. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference. The Cullman County Republican Party urges you to vote Republican from the White House to the courthouse, November 6th. The Republican candidates include Mitt Romney for president, Roy Moore for Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court, Twinkle Cavanaugh for president of the Alabama Public Service Commission, Lisa McSwain for Cullman County Circuit Clerk, and Tammy Brown for Cullman County Probate Judge. Remember, vote Republican November 6th. This ad paid for by the Cullman County Republican Party.
If you're looking for the ride of your life, you'll find it at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales in Cullman. I'm talking about sharp cars and trucks that'll get you noticed and deals too low to believe. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it and find it for less at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales. Come on, North Alabama. It's time you had a sharp set of wheels and a really good deal. Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales, serving you from 2 big lots, Highway 31 North and 31 South in Cullman, Alabama.
In the nation, we can't make every annoying thing disappear, but we can eliminate deductibles. Nationwide insurance members who add vanishing deductible get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Join the nation where deductibles go.
Nationwide is on your side.
You want to know how to win the Chunkin' Chicken contest?
I don't know, do I?
I'll tell you how you win that. You go to a local high school and talk to the quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That's actually a good idea.
Who can throw that thing the furthest? A high school quarterback.
Or you just pay the quarterback to go take your
Say
spot.
say you'll split the proceeds, something like that. Win that contest.
That works.
Okay, it's time to give away our prizes. We have the bag of assorted apples from Steel Orchard. We have 2 cupcakes from Frosting's Bakery. And we also have lunch for 2 at Chick-fil-A. 3 prizes for you for today. And we'll look at our merchant ads and ask you a question, of course, about one of these ads, starting with Mr. Hicks Menswear, where you'll find regular, big, and tall sizes in suits and sport coats, as well as pants and shirts, casual and dress shirts. Mr. Hicks Menswear on Compass Way.
And you're in good hands with Sorelli at Doug Doggett Jewelers, and that's the Sorelli Antique Inspired Jewelry. It's a very popular style nowadays, and that's why you shop at Doug Doggett Jewelers on Compass Way Southeast in Cullman.
Uniform Place. Fabulous fall fashions are now in. The more complete outfits and flexible styles than ever before. Uniform Place on 2nd Avenue Southeast.
And Tires for Less is more than just tires. With 80 years of experience of servicing cars, they do shocks, brakes, and minor engine repair. With great service at a good price, mention that you saw them on Channel 2 and receive $5 off an oil change. Come see the guys at Tires for Less.
Tutor Doctor, we make house calls. Worried about grades? Call the Tutor Doctor. They give you a free consultation, 256-734-6500.
And the crew at Earl's Body Shop reminds you to move over for all emergency vehicles. It's a very good tip for everyone to keep in mind. With large and small towing available, local and long distance, Earl's Body Shop is the one for you on Highway 31 North in Cullman.
Yates Chance Christian Bookstore. It's here, a better way to shop for Christian entertainment, the Amiibo Color Tablet. Hey, we got to check that out, Daniel. Song downloads, ebooks, and everything in the Yates Chance Christian Bookstore.
And save as much as 50% on the Hydromaster tire. That's a new tire. It's a new called Cullman Tire. It's a European style at People's Tires.
Deb's Bookstore, your hometown bookstore just down the road. Used books half price every day. Gift certificates are always available for that special someone when you need a gift from Deb's Bookstore.
And Mr. Plumber with plumbing, sewing, and drain services. They're Cullman's only professional full-service plumbing company with tank and tankless water heater sales and service, so you don't have to take that cold shower in the morning. Call Mr. Plumber.
And there we go with our merchant ads for today. We were talking a little bit ago about stores being open on Saturday night because of Christmas in Cullman. Yeah. We have one advertiser that's open every Saturday night until the ball games are over. Who are we talking about? Which advertiser are we talking about? They stay open every Saturday night until the ball games are over.
Key word is when the ball game's over.
Yes.
That's the key word.
256-734-7399 is our telephone number. And our, let's see, I think we have, they're relaying messages to me. I think we have a caller. Hello, who's calling? Who's calling? From
Daniel.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing?
Doing fine.
All right. Who stays open till the ball games are over?
Trying to think. It's the.
Think about it quickly.
It's the place we get all your fishing at. Your fish.
Hansville Guns and Ammo. Is that what you're thinking about?
It's the.
Think about it. Call us back, Kenneth. We got to move. Do we have another caller? Yes, we do. Okay, Daniel.
All right. Good morning, caller.
Hey.
Hey. Who stays open for the football games?
Is it High Tide Sports Grill?
There you go.
Sure is. High Tide Sports Grill. That's it.
High Tide Sports Grill. Stay on the line, please. Thanks for calling in. High Tide Sports Grill stays open until those West Coast games are over, or when Alabama plays until about midnight.
When Alabama plays till midnight.
Like they did last week. Let's look at that ad and the rest of our merchant ads right now, starting with Dairy Queen. Pick any 3 of these 9 items, pay just $4.44. And the blizzard of the month for November is Choco Mint Brownie. That's at Dairy Queen.
And High Tide Sports Grill, that's the answer for today. They are open until 10 p.m. on Saturday. I'm sure they stay a little bit open past for the football games. With Friday night being shrimp night and Saturday barbecue, go check them out at High Tide Sports Grill next to Burgess Body Shop.
There's Hansville Guns and Ammo. Prices are lower on a wide variety of guns, ammo, and reloading supplies. Right now, here's the weekly special, which is the AR-15 Tactical Rifle Patrolman Carbine.
And open the door to history and fine prints. This is, of course, at Renard's Gallery and Gifts, where they do jewelry, framing, and prints, and a little bit of everything else. At Renard's Gallery and Gifts, they just expanded. Check them out on the web, renardgallery.com.
Cosmic Sound DJ Entertainment, your wedding DJ specialist for any special occasion, based right here in Cullman. Call Wild Bill Smith, 256-347-9805.
And Baldwin Counseling Centers, if you have a problem or you want privacy but you also want to talk, contact Howard Rogers. He's solving one problem, one at a time. With weight loss and lifestyle coaching, contact him at 737-3087.
Mullins Body Shop, Highway 31 South at Phelan. They do auto body repair and towing. Call on them today if you need their services. Mullins Body Shop.
And the difference is not when you open our door, it's when you open it's all right. Good Neighbor Pharmacy, Borden Family Pharmacy. I'll get it out in a second, where they do shingles and whooping cough vaccinations and flu also as well.
And Cullman Wellness and Aquatic Center, where they have the aerobic, cycling, and Zumba classes. They have the indoor pool and spa. Day passes are available, but you can save money and buy a membership. And those are the merchant ads we have for today. I think we have a couple of birthdays to talk about.
Maybe I won't get these confused. Let's say who's celebrating a birthday today. All right, looks like today's birthday is going to be Kevin Chambers, and we also have Linda Rogers. And they will go into our drawing. Our drawing is going to be on Friday, and they have a chance of winning an 8x10 portrait from Baker's Photography and, of course, that cake from Dairy Queen. Great birthday cake.
And let's check our anniversaries. One
anniversary. You wouldn't forget about that one, huh?
I don't dare forget this
one. Do not dare forget this one. Dennis and Kim Bullock celebrate an anniversary today.
Yes.
Happy anniversary.
I thank you very much. I need to go buy a gift right after the show. Okay, let's see. We have the weather forecast for today. There is a slight chance of rain this morning, a high of 55. Slight chance of rain again tonight, low of 41. Sunny and breezy tomorrow with a high of 55.
asking for your vote. We want to be your bank. Our platform is simple, service that no other bank can offer. We're locally owned and operated, and that means we make decisions right here. So vote today for Mom, Apple Pie, and Premier Bank. I'm Jay Mullins, and I approve this message.
Often these days, seniors feel taken for granted, as if their needs just don't matter, and their experience doesn't count. Tammy Brown would like for you to know,
as a senior in Cullman County, you deserve the best. Each case filed in probate court regarding our seniors is different. And as your probate judge, I will handle each case individually. I want you to know that you won't be taken for granted and that you will be treated with dignity and respect.
November 6th, elect a probate judge who will listen. Tammy Brown.
If you're looking for the ride of your life, you'll find it at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales in Cullman. I'm talking about sharp cars and trucks that'll get you noticed and deals too low to believe. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it and find it for less at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales. Come on, North Alabama. It's time you had a sharp set of wheels and a really good deal. Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales, serving you from two big lots, Highway 31 North and 31 South in Cullman, Alabama.
The Cullman County Republican Party urges you to vote Republican from the White House to the courthouse November 6th. The Republican candidates include Mitt Romney for president, Roy Moore for Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court, Twinkle Cavanaugh for president of the Alabama Public Service Commission, Lisa McSwain for Cullman County Circuit Clerk, and Tammy Brown for Cullman County Probate Judge. Remember, vote Republican November 6th. This ad paid for by the Cullman County Republican Party.
Back to Today on 2. Welcome back to Ann Mullins with the Better Business Bureau. What do we need to talk about this month?
Oh my goodness, there's just all kind of scams going on, unfortunately.
All kinds.
And we talk about phishing scams all the time because it is just a constant. But I got one this week that actually got my attention, because when you get them and it's a company that you don't deal with, well, then you automatically know that's a scam. But this is one, I got one from AT&T, and I actually get my invoices, online from AT&T and have it scheduled to pay, but it just shows me. And so this one came up from AT&T, said your bill is ready, and it looked, it was $2,000. Whoa, I knew that one. I thought, this has got to be a phishing scam. So I got to looking at it, and I looked up at the top at the address, and it had like the AT&T.net. It had a bunch of numbers, which I never really paid attention to the real ones when they come in, so I had to find one of those that I had kept and start comparing them. And the real one does have those numbers, and it does say AT&T, but it had I don't remember now what it is, but it had 2 or 3 letters before the AT&T in this one that the real one doesn't have, So they had played off a part of it, but then the rest of that address would take you to their website that they had created. And so it was just, very little difference in it. But I had to really go back. Plus, in the body of the real invoice, it shows like part of my phone number, to verify that this is your bill and it's for this month and it's this amount of dollars and it's due this time. And all that the one that they made up had was the amount due was $2,000, and then it had due date, and it actually was the same due date that mine was due on, which is also what kind of threw me. But that's all it had. Of course, it didn't know my phone number, so it couldn't put that on there. It didn't have any of the other personal information. But had I, if somebody got that and just thought, oh my goodness, I've read my bill up, I need to go in here and click it and pay it, you're paying it straight to whoever this person is that sent it to you.
So they want you to pay it online.
Right, on that email. Not go to the correct website, but on that email. Because, I do pay some things online, but when I do, I type in their web address, and I know I have to put in a password, I have to put in a user ID, I know it's secure. Well, this one, all you do is just actually click right on that email to do it if you was going to pay it, which is a red flag to let you know you don't ever do that, from something that you get. Yeah. Or it would have I didn't even pursue it. I didn't even look to see what it was going to ask me, because I'm always afraid they're going to download a virus or download the malware where it can pick up everything off your computer. You just never know what these are going to have in them. But some of them, if you click on it, then it would have just said, ask me for my information, which would have been a credit card number or whatever.
Or your bank account.
Yeah,
if they're going to debit.
To verify it, or my password, whatever, to get that, so that it could actually go into the real account and get it then. So. you just, but it just kind of caught my attention because I thought that's one most of my I don't use. It's banks I don't use or it's companies I don't use, and I know that it's not legitimate. But of course, I knew that amount better not be legitimate. I didn't think anybody was making. But there again, there's times that that there were scams going on where they could if you ever answer, which I don't even answer calls that I don't know who they are, but they could access it and run a bill through your phone bill, and if you give them that access by answering the phone and letting them get on it, then you're responsible for it, So
and the thing that scares me in hearing that story, if they weren't so greedy,
I know
if they would put this in for say $100, $120, something that would be close to what you would normally pay,
right?
You may go ahead and pay it,
right?
And they get the money.
But the one that was going around that said Verizon, that it was like because someone called me that did pay their Verizon, online, and they got one from Verizon, and it was like $2,000 and something, or $1,800. It was just a really large amount. So I guess they're so greedy that they still think some people are going to panic and just, or maybe there's some people that their bills are that high. I don't know, but individual, I'd hate to know mine was that high. Now I know commercially it may be, but not on your home phone. Yeah. And mine also, the legitimate bill also says home phone on it. This one didn't say anything. And so maybe they're thinking it is, they're trying to hit some commercial sites out there. So, because actually I think that one did come to my Cullman BB one. So it's probably thinking it was a commercial.
Okay.
That they're sending it to.
Yeah, but boy,
and then a business would just think, well, that's it, and they'll just click on it.
That is really scary.
And some people will. That's why we always tell, even though, especially now the people that it's like a one or two owners, they usually keep up with things a whole lot more. But some of these larger companies, they have one or two or three people paying the bills, and they don't really verify and know that whether this has been paid or not paid, or if it's. We used to really get that on the office things that they'd get bills for office supplies, and they hadn't even ordered them. It wasn't them,
Right.
And from the telephone ad that wasn't the real Yellow Pages, they'd pay it because there was not one person there to just. So we've really talked, a lot about y'all. You really need to have one designated person, or at least okay them before they send them down the line to have them paid. But if they catch people that don't, and they just, say, well, here's my bill, click on it and pay it, then they've made some money. And obviously they wouldn't keep doing it. I mean, they wouldn't send them out there if somebody wasn't falling for it.
Yeah.
And then I had someone call me that said that Wells Fargo Bank, which they actually used, Wells Fargo Bank, had called them up and told them that they were going to send them some money. They'd won some money, and they wanted them to go to Walmart and get a money pack and load it with X amount of dollars and then call them back. And they were going to send them this check. And so, fortunately, this person knew that could not be real, so they called Wells Fargo and asked them, and they said, no, we don't do that. We don't give out money, number one, and call you up until you've won money like that. But actually, he told me that the person he talked to said that her husband had done it and fallen for it, and had actually, what they'll do is ask you for the numbers in, say on this money pack, that is how you get the money back out of it once you load it with, some money. It's like a Visa card. Okay. And once they did that, then they had taken the money out before, that he found out it was not real. So. Whoa. Yeah. So so that, again, if it sounds too good to be true, it is.
The thing that just going through my mind is how much more sophisticated these scams are than they used to be.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I've always said. These people are not dumb.
No, they're not.
Together, they could make really good money doing something legitimate. But no, I reckon it's just so easy to scam people nowadays that because especially in the economic times that we're in today, everybody's looking for a little extra money, and they just want it to be true. When they get these checks in the mail, it says they've won the sweepstakes, and they look very legitimate. They look just like a commercial check you'll get. But they know that, number one, they probably hadn't even signed up for a sweepstakes. But if they have, it's not going to come like that and then turn and ask you for a fee. You got to, wire this money to pay for it. I told somebody that called me the other day, I said, if you have won something, you don't have to pay a fee for it.
Right.
Now, you got to pay income taxes on it to Uncle Sam, but you don't pay it to this person that is sending you this check. You pay it when you file your taxes. And I said, if you have to pay something, you hadn't won anything. Number one, you're not going to get anything to start with, but even if it was legitimate, they're not going to make you pay fees for it. So I said, if you had won the clearinghouse, they would knock on your door, Ed McMahon, or whoever does it now would be there and hand you a check. But outside of that, it's not legitimate. So tear it up and throw it away and don't talk to these people. Because, I mean, I've had reports, it's really sad, where people just they'll tell them, wire so much money, we're going to bring you $1 million. They'll wire it to them. Call you back the next day, well, it's going to take just a little bit more, and absolutely empty their checking account.
Yeah.
And then they'll come wanting to borrow money then because they're afraid if they don't pay it, they're not going to get all that back they've already paid. And they're not, Because if it ever asks you to wire money, you're not, there's no way to trace it. There's no time where they're at that they actually have someone there, it will go on out of the country from the first point that they send it. And so you can't trace it. So just use your noggin, just think this through.
Next month, we're going to be Christmas shopping.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. We are, and one thing I would always want to tell you to remember, there is no refund and exchange law in Alabama. It's up to each individual store. So ask, when you go in to purchase something and you're thinking, well, if they don't like this, they can bring it back, make sure that you ask what their policy is. Do they have a policy? How many days do I have, or this person have, after Christmas to bring it back? Some people give gift cards now.
Right.
Some people will let you exchange. Some people will do a refund. But it's our responsibility as a consumer to ask them. It's not their responsibility to tell us. We'll have people call and get mad because they go in and they can't swap something or take something back. Well, you've got to ask.
Right.
That's their right not to have to do that. And
on the gift cards, some of those will have expiration dates.
Yes, especially
they're not good forever.
Right. Especially on these smaller stores, they can't afford to let it be out there, forever. So you need to, they need to get that turned, and so you need to ask, all of that too. But one good thing about it is, I know a lot of times, like you order something online, and they might let you send it back, but they're going to charge you a restocking fee. So by shopping local, you don't have to do that, And most places do have one or the other, refund or exchange, especially around Christmas time. And they'll tell you, a lot of times they'll say, do you want a gift receipt, so that you can give that to the person you gave the gift to, and they can take it back and get that much credit for it, So it's just keep it in mind. Think about it as you're out there looking. Some of those probably already finished. I hadn't even thought about starting.
Yeah. Be sure to ask questions. Don't assume.
Questions.
Right.
That's right.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of Today on 2 right after this.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. And I humbly ask the voters of Cullman County to please look at my record. Look at the things that I've accomplished during this term in office. And to please consider voting for me as I seek re-election in November of 2012. Thank you so much for your consideration.
And our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Cullman Jefferson Gas. And the Holiday Bazaar at the First Methodist United Church will be Thursday, November 8th. That's from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. with crafts, sewing, candy, and baked items for sale. And the Joyful Hearts are celebrating their 20th anniversary Friday, November the 9th at 7 p.m. That's going to be at the Cullman Civic Center. Tickets are $12 in advance and $15 at the door. And the Masters of Motown will be coming our direction. They will be performing at the Betty Lee Haynes Theater at Wallace State. That'll be November the 19th at 7 p.m. They'll also be stopping to visit with us that morning. And a free Thanksgiving meal. This is going to be at the Duck River Baptist Church. It will be November the 14th at 6 p.m. And for more information about that free meal, contact Kathy Howard or Teresa Reed. That's at 338-6376 or 507-1191. And our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Coleman Jefferson Gas. If you have a community billboard that you'd like to share to us, give us an email. That's at channel2coleman@gmail.com or fax it to us at 256-734-7680. Visit us on the web at channel2coleman.com or friend us on Facebook, Channel 2. Spell out the word 2, Coleman.
Weather forecast for today, we still have a slight chance of rain this morning, otherwise cloudy with a high of 55. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of rain, a low of 41. Sunny and windy tomorrow with a high of 55. Daniel, who's coming to see us tomorrow?
Well, it looks like we have Susie Primer from Westminster is going to come visit with us. Also, we're going to have Brenda Fox, and she's going to become talking about the Singing Hearts,
Joyful Hearts
20th anniversary concert.
That's what we have lined up for tomorrow. Thank you for watching Today on 2.
Have a great day.